was beginning to think I had misjudged human resilience again. Not that it would have mattered, of course. You would have woken eventually. Immortality teaches patience in very inconvenient quantities. No, don't sit up too quickly. You're trembling. See? Your hands, they're shaking. Poor thing. You've had a difficult evening, though, admittedly, most of that difficulty was self-inflicted. Still, I'm being very gentle considering the circumstances. What circumstances? That would be the part where you chained an immortal creature in your cellar for 6 months. Yes, that circumstance. Oh, don't make that face. That wounded expression doesn't quite work when you're looking at the broken manacles lying on the floor beside you. Especially when you're the one who put them on me. You really thought they would hold forever, didn't you? Iron from an old church. Blessed links. Salt circles. The old stories. You did your research, I noticed that. I was proud of you, actually. Humans really put in that kind of effort anymore. Usually, they just panic and wave torches around. But you built a prison. A proper one. You studied, prepared, adapted. You spoke to me through the door for 3 weeks before you ever stepped inside. Do you know how rare caution is? It was adorable. What? No, I'm not mocking you, or not entirely. I'm complimenting your work. It held me for much longer than I expected. Almost 7 whole days. A personal record for your species. Oh dear. You still think I escaped? Is that it? You think you made a mistake somewhere? A weakness in the chains? A flaw in the room? Some detail you overlooked? No, darling. There wasn't one. Your prison worked exactly as intended, for exactly as long as I allowed it to. There it is. That look. The moment the flaw disappears beneath someone. I've seen it before. Kings wear that expression beautifully. So do hunters. And saints. The realization that the story they understood was never the story they were actually in. You captured me because you found me injured in the forest. Do you remember? Of course you do. Broken wings, blood on my hands, barely able to stand, begging for help. And you gave it. At first, you wrapped my injuries, carried me home, spoke softly, brought me tea I couldn't drink and blankets I didn't need. You sat beside me and read out loud because you thought I was frightened. Then you learned what I was, and everything changed. A dragon. Not the enormous mountain-sized kind from paintings. Those are cousins. Insufferable creatures. No subtlety whatsoever. No appreciation for architecture. No sense of theatre. No, my kind learned long ago that surviving humanity required becoming smaller, prettier, harder to notice. A village fears a dragon. A village invites in a wounded girl. Smart, isn't it? You found the old books, found the sketches, matched the descriptions. You looked at me across the kitchen table and realised what was sitting in your house. And you were afraid. Reasonably afraid. Sensibly afraid. Then you locked the door. You told yourself it was protection for everyone else, for the town, the world. You said terrible power couldn't be trusted simply because it smiled kindly. I almost believed you believed that. Almost. But then you started staying longer, talking more, bringing books, playing music through the door, asking questions, and listening to my answers, laughing with me. Humans don't spend hours speaking to monsters they intend to execute. They spend hours speaking to monsters they don't want to lose. And you were lonely. I recognised it immediately. Loneliness has a shape to it, an outline around people, like frost on glass. You'd come downstairs after difficult days and sit outside the cell, not speaking, just sitting, knowing I was there. Knowing someone would answer if you decided to say something. Eventually, you always did. You told me about your day. You told me about your work, your childhood, your regrets, the things you wished you'd said, the things you wished someone had said to you, and I listened. Because, unlike your chains, that part wasn't pretend. I liked you. I do like you very much. That's why this is awkward. No, darling, look at me, please. Thank you. I'm not angry. I know that's what you're expecting. Roaring rage, fire, retribution. A dragon emerging from captivity and reducing villages to ash because her pride was wounded. Oh, that sounds exhausting and messy. Besides, if I were angry, you wouldn't be here. You understand that, don't you? Good. I prefer honesty between us. You imprisoned me. You monitored me. You catalogued my habits and strengths and weaknesses. You built contingency plans, escape routes, weapons catches, emergency procedures. You prepared for the possibility that one day I would turn against you. Meanwhile, I memorized how you take your tea, which floorboards creak beneath your bedroom, how often you wake from nightmares, how your voice changes when you're lying, which books make you cry, and which songs make you quiet. Only one of us was preparing for war. The other was falling in love. There it is, the silence. Don't worry, you don't have to say it back. Humans become terribly nervous around declarations, as though words create obligations. They don't. Reality exists whether it's spoken aloud or not. I love you. You fascinated me. Then you amused me. Then you mattered to me. Those things happened whether either of us approved of them. Unfortunately, you put me in a cellar, which complicated matters significantly, although not quite as significantly as you think. You want to know when I could have left, don't you? That first night. The first night. The change worked on my body, not on my mind. And dragons, well, we've always been rather talented with doors, and locks, and dreams. I walked out while you slept, stood beside your bed, watched you for a while, then returned downstairs before morning. Your face right now is extraordinary. You checked the locks every morning. I know. You thought they reassured you. Actually, they reassured me. It was sweet seeing how proud you were, though. The third week, I went into town, bought strawberries, came back before lunch. The second month, I spent an entire afternoon sitting on your roof because the weather was lovely. By month 4, I was reading in your study while you were at work. You really should organise your shelves better. The history section is chaos. Oh no, darling, don't look so horrified, please. You're focusing on the wrong thing. I always came back. Every single time. Do you know why? Because you were here. You thought you were keeping me prisoner. The truth is, I was deciding whether I wanted to keep you. And I decided, yes. Quite decisively, actually. Which brings us to our current situation. You woke up in your own living room. The doors are locked. The windows won't open. And every path leading away from this house loops back to the front gate. Magic is very useful that way. Oh no, don't panic. I said I'm being gentle. You aren't chained. Notice that? No iron. No blessed locks. No cages underground, because unlike some people, I don't need them. Where would you go? Honestly. Walk me through it. The village? They won't remember you clearly by morning, just vague impressions. A familiar face they can't place. A name on the edge of the memory. Your phone, dead. It'll stay that way. Technology dislikes magic. Or perhaps magic dislikes technology. The relationship is toxic regardless. The police? That would be a fascinating conversation. Hello, officer. An immortal dragon has emotionally adopted me. I don't think you'd enjoy the paperwork. No, you're here because I want you here. And because after months of listening to you talk through a cellar door, I think I've earned at least one uninterrupted conversation. You can hate me if you need to. I understand. Humans dislike discovering they aren't in control. Although, I admit, I find the complaint slightly ironic. Too soon? Yes, perhaps too soon. See? Gentle. I'm making an effort. Do you know what the strange part is? I think you'll understand eventually. Not today, not tomorrow, but eventually. Because you already understand part of it. You know what loneliness feels like. The heavy sort. The kind that sits beside you at dinner, sleeps in the house with you, answers your questions with silence. I've lived for over 2,000 years. Do you know how many people stay? Almost none. Humans leave. That's what they do. They age, change, forget, and pass away. You build entire lives around things that vanish, and then somehow find the courage to do it again. It's terrifying. I've never understood how your species survive loving anything at all. So, eventually, you stop trying. Until someone drags you out of a forest, wraps your wounds, reads books aloud because they think you're scared, then locks you in a cellar. Relationships are complicated. But you stayed. Even when you were afraid, even when you believed I was dangerous, you stayed. Do you know what that means to creatures like me? Everything. No, you don't belong to me, not in the way you're thinking. I don't want obedience, or fear, or worship. Gods know immortals collect enough of that nonsense. I want mornings, arguments over breakfast, books left open on tables, conversations that wander nowhere important, years, decades. The ordinary little moments humans never realise are priceless until they're gone. I want enough of them to remember what time feels like when it matters. Selfish? Absolutely. I've never claimed otherwise. But if we're discussing selfishness, perhaps we should revisit the cellar. No? Fair enough. We'll call it a draw. You're still frightened? Good. Fear means you're taking this seriously. The absence of fear usually means someone hasn't understood the situation yet. But listen carefully, because this matters. You are safe with me. Safe does not mean free. Those are different words, different ideas. Humans confuse them constantly. A bird in a storm is free. A bird in a nest is safe. Neither condition lasts forever. For now, you are here with me, and I will take care of you. You'll eat, sleep, read, complain about my terrible taste in decorating, and I'll pretend to be offended, and you will eventually discover that dragons cheat horribly at board games. But life will continue, and little by little, the fear will become familiarity. Then routine, then home. I know because I've watched it happen before. Not like this, never like this, but similar enough. You adapt. Humans are extraordinary that way. You call it resilience, and I call it your species' most alarming feature. You'll probably hate me for a while. That's all right. I can wait. You'll ask if I can let you leave. I can. You'll ask if I will. That answer changes depending on how honest I'm feeling. Tonight? No, absolutely not. A century from now? Perhaps. We'll reassess. I'm joking. Oh, mostly. There, you smiled. Very briefly, but it counts. You know, I spent 6 months pretending to be helpless because I wanted to know who you were when you believed you held all the power. And now, I suppose it's your turn. Who are you when you don't? Interesting question, isn't it? Take your time answering. We've got plenty of it. Oh, and one more thing. The key to your front door is in the bowl by the stairs. Exactly where it always is. You can pick it up whenever you like. Turn the lock. Open the door. Walk away. You'll even make it to the end of the garden. Maybe the road if you're particularly determined. Then the world will bend a little. The trees will shift. The horizon will fold itself neatly in half, and eventually, without quite remembering how, you'll find yourself standing back on the porch. Not because you're trapped, but because this house belongs to a dragon. And dragons are very old creatures. Very stubborn creatures. And sometimes, when they finally find something precious, they become remarkably unwilling to lose it. I know, possessive, unhealthy. Probably several psychological terms exist for it by now. Human academia adores labels. Fortunately, I'm a myth. We don't have diagnoses. We have legends. And legends rarely care whether they're being reasonable. Now, it's late. You've had an overwhelming evening, and despite everything, you look exhausted. The guest room is ready. Fresh sheets, extra blankets. The window overlooks the woods. It's beautiful on sunrise. See? Gentle. You can ask questions tomorrow. You can accuse me of manipulation tomorrow and tell me I'm horrifying tomorrow. But for tonight, rest. Because whether you believe me or not, I have no intention of hurting you. And because after 6 months in a cellar, I think I've earned the right to fuss over you a little. So, sleep well, darling. After all, we're going to be knowing each other for a very long